Hello, smart investors. I'm super excited to welcome you to today's episode of Real Estate Made Easy with BELKALID Consult. Today, we'll be discussing about 3 ways you can maximize profits in real estate as a smart investor. So stay tuned while I dish out these important tips for you as a smart investor. Before I continue, please, wherever you are joining us live from, please kindly indicate your location, give us your thumb up, ask your questions. This is a live session, so it's going to be conversational as much as possible. So feel free to drop your questions. Any question I get from you right now, I'll try as much as possible to answer it right away, so that I get this good opportunity of getting answers to your questions on the spot. Now, today's topic is basically 3 ways you can maximize profits in real estate as a smart investor. I've often heard many people saying, BELKALID, all these houses, lands you are selling, yeah, they are for big men, they're in Lekki and all of that. But the truth is, almost everyone can actually maximize gains in real estate as a smart investors. So that's why I've taken time to actually ponder over the 3 important ways by which you can actually key in and maximize gain in real estate, irrespective of the fund you have at the moment, irrespective of your capital. You can actually tap into the opportunity real estate investment gives. One of which is what we call land banking, otherwise known as land banking development project. What does this mean? This simply is a form of saving, but instead of saving, it is an investment. So instead of keeping the same fund you are trying to save in the bank, where it's going to depreciate in value as a result of many factors such as the inflation rate, exchange rate, SMS alerts, and what have you, the same fund can be invested into development projects. What do I mean? Into development projects such as houses, apartments, duplexes, terraces. That is, now you are an investor in this case, so you put your fund as a capital to develop houses, to develop apartments, to develop terraces, because you know that the need for shelter is a continuous need of mankind, particularly here in Lagos, where population is on the high side. Day in, day out, people are trooping into Lagos. Day in, day out, there is demand for accommodation. So in this case, you are actually helping to solve this problem by investing your capital into construction projects, into building of houses, into acquiring of genuine land and what have you. So as an investor, you get to invest between 1 million and above, even 500k you can invest, and for a very short duration of time, i.e. for 6 months and 12 months. What do you then gain as an investor, a smart one at that? You get between 15% to 35% as a result of investment. That is, your profits for the decision to contribute to the solution, to contribute your own quota towards solving the housing deficit in Nigeria by investing your fund into a building project, into a development project. Your return on investment usually is with the minimum of 15%, and then you can get even up to 72% for 2 years, and at least 35% for 1 year, that is 12 months. So see the wisdom behind this. It means, for instance, now, as an individual or as an organization, perhaps you have a future goal, a very short time one. Perhaps you want to pay for your current house rent, perhaps in so and so months time, or you want to pay your school fees or school fees of your kids in so and in XYZ period of time. So you have this fund available, you do not want it to lose value. At the same time, you do not want to spend the fund, and at the same time, keeping the same fund in the bank actually is counterproductive somehow, when there's a better alternative by which your money can actually work for you. So This fund now you can invest it, or even if you already have a landed project, and your dream maybe in 6 months time or 12 months time you actually want to start construction on the same land. So your goal is to actually save up so that you can start construction on your land. So this gives you an opportunity, instead of keeping those funds, your 5 million, your 6 million, your 10 million, 20 million, and you are saving in the bank, you are fixing it, cost fixed deposit. All these are counterproductive. You can actually put the same fund into a real estate investment project, and then the fund keeps working for you while you are looking for other funds to add up to it in 6 months time, in 12 months time, to add together to start your project, to pay the school fees, to pay your house rent, to settle the debt, to settle whatever it is, you to buy you rent your new shop, to rent your new office, to go on that beautiful trip your loved ones, all expense paid trip between you and your family to a luxurious island. So you can actually maximize your gain by saving. Thanks so much for joining. Please let me know where you are joining us live from, and we really appreciate that. So, and also please give us the arts if you're getting value from this. If you are enjoying this, please thumb up, and let's also get the feedback from you. Now, so that means now, instead of keeping that same fund into the bank where it is depreciating in value, you can invest it for a very short period of time, i.e. for 6 months or 12 months or 24 months, that is 12 years, and you get to enjoy between 15% as return on investment to 35% as return on investment, or 72% return on investment. This means, for instance, now if you have 1 million naira, for instance, as your capital, and you intend to save it up for, maybe you do not want to use it now, but in 7 months time you will need it. That means you can invest for 6 months, so that back by 6 months you already have your money. Now in 6 months time, the value of your 1 million becomes 1.35. So imagine if it's 10 million, imagine what it's going to be. And please, which bank in Nigeria will give you a 35 return, 15% return on investment in 6 months? So that means if you are investing for a duration of 6 months, with your 1 million you get 1.15. For 1 year you get 1.35. Is that with that? Another way by which you can maximize gain in real estate investment is actually to own the land itself. The best investment on earth is earth itself. The need for a suitable accommodation cannot be overemphasized. Day in, day out, there is constant need for shelter. Now, the reality is this: as we are increasing in population, the land mass is not increasing in size. That's the reality. As more and more people are trooping into a particular location, the land mass of that same region is not increasing in size. But tell me, as more and more people are trooping to the same location, who is gaining? It's actually the landlord, because the land value of such location is actually increasing as a result of migration, most especially a good location that has economic viability, that is economy viable, which means that a lot of people are going in there. They are trooping in there because they want to better their life. They are looking for a suitable accommodation, a suitable means of livelihood. They are seeking for employment. They are seeking for opportunities, a greener pasture. As you see, the reason why people travel out, or people coming down to Lagos, because they know they can. It's easier somehow to hustle and actually even make ends meet with God's permission in that regard. That means now that if you are able to secure land now, so the second option is buying land. Buy land, they are not making it anymore. That means the best investment on earth is health. And the best time to actually invest in real estate was actually 10 to 20 years ago. And another best time is now. You may ask, what do I say 10 years ago? Even Lekki, the popular Lekki, Ikoyi Lekki. Ikoyi Lagos, Banana Island, all these beautiful places you can mention in Lagos. How much was the value 10 years ago? How much was the value 20 years ago? So imagine those who have purchased those spaces 10, 20 years ago. Imagine their net worth at that moment on the land alone, even if they have not laid a single foundation on that land. So that's why it's often said that the best investment on earth is health. So that is one. If you buy a land, and now please take note, Many people think that buying land is just buying land. I mean, once you buy land, that's all. No, the difference between buying land and buying land. You can buy a land in a good location, in a strategic location, where return on investment is realistic within a short time, and you can as well buy land in another location where even 5 years, 6 years, the value of the land might not increase significantly. So that means when you want to buy land, the important factors you must also put into consideration before you buy a land. I mean, if you are buying land for real estate purpose, for real estate investment, the important factors you must consider. Let me quickly give you some of those things you look out for when you want to buy land. One important factor is the location. Location is key. I mean, location determines how accessible your land is. Location determines how easy it is for people to know where your land is, for them to want to transact business on that same land, or for them to want to acquire the same land, or even if you've decided to build on, for them to want to rent or buy your property. So location is key. You wouldn't like to, I believe you wouldn't like to have a land or a building where people, now that there's a Okada band, it's going to be tedious for them to even access their land or their houses. Take note of that. So location is key. Number one priority you should check out for is good location, because location will determine how fast your land will appreciate in value. Location will determine how accessible your land will be to other people, either to those who want to develop it for you, or those who want to rent it when you have developed it, or those who want to buy it when you have actually developed it. So location is key. Another important factor you must look out for, particularly in Lagos, is the title. Another important factor you must look out for is the title on the land. I mean, the land here in Lagos, land title is an important thing you must consider. Like I earlier said, here in Lagos, another important factor you must consider is the title on the land. Please and please, you must have heard and you must have seen government taking possession of land from people. At times, people then view government as bad government, because why would somebody spend huge amount of money erecting a foundation, erecting a beautiful mansion on a plot of land, or even plots of land, and then the next thing you see bulldozer destroying that? The question you should ask first is this: one, in the same land, that's very land on which that building is erected, is that land suitable for that purpose? Has that land been bought legitimately? Is it a land that is free from government acquisition, or is a land that is under government acquisition, or a committed land? So take note that land is not just land in Lagos and some other places in Nigeria as well. You must verify the genuinity of the land, no matter how cheap it seems. So don't just fall for the fact that a land is cheap. This thing that when somebody is telling you land is 5 million, you know, somebody says another one is 1 million somewhere else. Somebody can, like I said in one interview I granted officing, it won't be surprising when somebody is telling you a land is 50,000 naira, when in reality the value of the land in a similar location is actually 3 million naira. Because if the land does not exist in the first instance, does the person selling it for you for 500k, does he have anything to lose? So I believe you have better answers to that. So please, another important factor you must consider after you have ascertained the location of the land you want to buy, that yes, this location is suitable, is viable to serve your purpose. Whether you want to build it, whether you want to either you want to sell out in a short period of time, where you can then cash out your money and maximize your gain. Check the title of the land. Is the land free from government encumbrances as well as omonile wahala? That's another topic on its own when it comes to real estate investment in Lagos. I mean, the stress of omonile issue is a delicate issue, and of course, it's one of the reasons why people have a fear when it comes to real estate investment. But however, there are ways of solving that. That's one of the reasons why the likes of BELKALID CONSULTS Nigeria Limited is actually created to help you get genuine land in genuine locations that can give you a predictable, consistent return on investment. So the title of the land is very important. Check to be sure that the land is free from a government acquisition, that the land is not committed. If the land is committed, please, it's a no-go area. What do I mean by a land being committed? A land being committed means that a land that government has indicated interest and has expressed interest on, Government has to acquire it. That's why a committed acquisition. Perhaps to build the Fort Mainland Beach, perhaps to build international airport, perhaps to build a teaching hospital or any other infrastructure for the common goal, for the common benefit of everyone. Such land, even if it appears to be a bush, I mean that you cannot even access, that is just like a forest, a deep one at that matter, and then somebody is pointing out this land is available, all this and that, you can buy this, that. If you do not know what that land is has been carved out for, if you do not know, government already have it in its master plan what the land is supposed to be used for. So it's only a matter of time when government's interest will be expressed, when government will be ready to execute the initial plan for the same land. So in that case, if you have already bought the land when it was just a bush, like a forest, deep forest, and apparently you could not see anything there, so you thought you just bought the land in a very, a cheap land, and you refuse to verify the authenticity of the land. Even if you have built mansion, even if you have built terraces, even if you have built a luxury royal castle, it may take little or nothing for government to demolish it. And that is when government will be viewed by so many people as being insensitive, as being not considerate enough. So the question should be, why have you, as a smart investor, not taking the precaution to actually check the authenticity and the legality of the land even before you make your purchase? So that's very key. So the title of the land is very important. I've talked about things you should look out for. I've talked about the location. We've talked about the title. Another important thing you should actually look out for if you want to buy the land is actually also need to check the topography of the soil. If your intention is to, and that's why at times it's often better off to buy land during the rainy season like this, because it gives you an opportunity to actually check how accessible the land is. If it's a land that you need to put on your rain boots, and in fact you need to go with a very high hill and what have you before you can access your land. Is it a marshy land? Is it a water-lodged land? Is it water? So all of these considerations are things you will be able to access if you are buying land during the rainy season, because you can see easily. So whether somebody telling you like that this place is a dry land, or it's a swampy land, or it's a water-lodged land. Although, like, surprisingly, I've heard someone telling me that at times somebody even prefer to buy a land that's actually waterlogged. To show class. I can't everybody building on the dry land. People want to actually show that yes, that's same, because it takes level for you to say you want to build on the marshy land. Imagine how you need to ensure that the land is dry. All those expenses you need to put in place. So some people are actually looking for things like that, at least to show class that these are the caliber of people whose neighbor is going to be somebody perhaps has a tangible resources. But that is the perspective of such individual. But if that is not your own perspective, you actually prefer to save yourself that cost of some feeling, of buying and what have you, and then you need a land that is dry, that's accessible, and all of that. So you need to look out for that to ensure that yes, that land you are buying meets your expectation. Another important thing you should consider is the budget, your fund, your ability to actually buy the land you have interest in. Now, when talking about budget, a lot of people actually tend to miss out on ways of maximizing opportunity, even when you have a budget that may not be huge enough at ab initio. What do I mean? For instance, now if a land costs 3.5 million naira to purchase, and there is a flexible payment plan without interest added for 3 months, you have initially 1 million naira with you, and the land is on a promo, and by God grace, all things being equal, you are capable even in 2 months' time to actually pay off the 3 million naira, including the statutory fee, without any wahala. And so instead of losing out on a promo, maybe the land is going to expire, the land is going to expire in a few days' time, you can actually start with amount you have by taking advantage of the offer, by taking advantage of the promo, while you spread out the balance in 2 or 3 months' time. That gives you that opportunity. That means you have no extra cost. You've been able to take advantage of that opportunity. There are evidences that many smart investors build their fortune based on flexible payment plan. So These are another ways by which a smart investor now you can maximize your gain owning the land itself. Because if you buy a land in a good location that meets all these criteria and many others, and the land is genuine, is good, is suitable, accessibility is key. The same land now in few years time, in fact it's a matter of months, could give you a return on investment that is 100% of your capital. I mean, even without laying a foundation, we've seen instant. We have seen instances like that. I mean, what we say to somebody who bought a plot of land less than a year ago in about 1 year ago for 5 million naira, and then as at today, the value of the same land for 600 square meter is now 10 million naira. What we say to somebody who bought a land that is 4.5 in a couple of months ago, and the same land is selling for 8 million naira. So these instances are the verifiable facts, because the one thing that's dear to us at BELKALID Consult is sincerity. We call it spade a spade. The way it is, the way we tell you. Now, so that means that if you are able to take advantage of opportunity in real estate investment by acquiring land, a landed property at strategic locations, that will be of in fact of greater value to you. Because by the time you want, imagine you have an acre, you have 4 plus 6 plots and what have you. By the time you will sell one of such plots, even the cost alone might be enough to cover all the costs, all the expenses you spend on all the other 4 or 5 plots. Like for instance, I said, I make a reference to places like Lekki, Ikoyi, and other instances like that. I mean, how much was a plot of land in Lekki phase 1 10-15 years ago, and how much is it as at now? So imagine a plot of land that was selling for 2 million naira then, and people were even saying, no, that bill is too far, it's waterlogged. No, we would rather prefer to buy something in their village. And the same place is now selling for 60 million, 100 million, and co for a plot of land. So tell me, those who have bought acres then, what is their position as of today? Will their children, will their loved one be pleased and be proud of them, or will they be the other way? So there is no two way to it. Real estate investment is a good opportunity for every smart investor with eagle eye. Because I said eagle eye because what you are seeing, you need to have a foresight. You need to see beyond what you are seeing apparently. You need to see beyond the bush, beyond the water lodge, beyond that. It's far. Distance is not an excuse. Because the truth is, you can be in London, you can be in England, you can be in UK, you can be in Dubai, you can be anywhere, and your money can actually be working for you. You can be enjoying a consistent, predictable return on investment. All the jobs you're in bagan alerts don't ring. Why? Because somebody has just paid for one of your land you just bought, or the one of the lands you bought that you've decided to develop. Somebody has just paid the annual rental due. So it's no magic how you can maximize gains in real estate investment. The third point is, now you've thought about whether for a short time talking about the land banking development project or buying the land itself. Another option you can maximize gain is actually buying already built property, already built house. In this case, there are two views to it. You can buy it when it's an off-plan project. An off-plan project is a project that you pay for before it is constructed. For instance, now if a developer is selling he wants to sell a house for 35 million for a duplex as an off-plan project, that means that you pay the 35 million to the developer develops for you with that rate. It means that after construction, by the time you want to resell the same property could be going for 45 hours at the time of completion, maybe, and usually 12 months or 18 or 24, depending on the project time frame. So that means now that at construction, when the property is already built, you have an option you all your own initial capital, just the 35 million naira you have, the 40 million you have, and you don't have the stress, the time to be going up and down, laying foundation, 1 year after big layer, 1 year after this, 1 year after that, doing drainages. You don't have that luxury of time. I mean, your time is just so special to you. You can use the same time for other things. So rather, the money can do others, all can cover for all of those stress. So all you do is just put the fund into a development project. You buy the off plan, so they build for you. That's another opportunity. That means after construction, you have a choice. Now, by the time you want to resell a property you are buying for an off-plan project, let's say for off-plan price of, let's say, 35 million naira, 45 million naira, depending on the size and the nature of the building. You can resell the same thing for 60 million, 80 million, 25 million, 45 million, and so on and so forth. If you want to sell it, maybe now somebody who just moved in and is in need of accommodation with wife and family, definitely those people, they will be, like I said earlier on, that the demand for accommodation is on the high rise. So by the time you resell, imagine the margin. Just in about 24 months interval, you bought an off-plan project for 35M. Somebody is begging you to please sell this apartment for me, sell this house for me for 45M. You've maximized 10 million return on investment without lifting anything. That is one. Or by the time the building project is completed and you decide to let out, perhaps you just want to be enjoying that rental return annually. So that means that those who are occupying the land, occupying the house for you built, definitely will pay a rental return on it. So that means every year you get ooh, somebody just credited your account because the person is paying for his or her rental deal. Imagine this goes on and on and on and on. This is consistent, predictable return on investment. Imagine where you are right now. If you are a landlord, imagine the value of the land you bought as at that time and the current price. If you are at the moment you're a tenant, imagine how much your landlord is gaining as a return on investment for your diligence in paying your rental due. I imagine other tenants in the same apartment, the same building, paying the same thing. I imagine this landlord keeps enjoying this, or landlady keeps enjoying this, even after they are no longer alive. Their children, all the family still keeps enjoying from their smart investment in real estate. That's one of the reasons why the rich get richer. That's one of the reasons why the rich can decide to live a comfortable life, because they've decided to let their money work for them. I mean, they can go on that all expense paid trip because something is funding that lifestyle for them. What is that? In their tangible asset in real estate can decide to, okay, now by the time I collect this rental on this apartment in this location A, in this location B, okay, I use it to pay school fees of this. I use it to go to Dubai. I use it to go to UK. I use it to go on only pilgrimage and all of this. So they don't, even when they are retired, they will not be tired then, because their money is still working actively for them. So that's a golden opportunity again. So that's why you see that landlord grow rich in their sleep. So that's another opportunity by which you can maximize gain in real estate investment, buying an off-plan project, because you'll be able to maximize again. Not only that, it will also give an opportunity to see the quality of material used in the construction of the work for you. Because it's not just a matter that you've seen a land or a property that's already built, you don't know what goes in, how quality the material used in the construction or in the construction process, how quality is that material. But because you can see, you can monitor from the initial stage of the construction till the construction is completed, you can see, you can verify, okay, no, I want the room to be adjusted this way, I don't want this to be here, I want this, I want that, I want this, okay, this, I love this cement, yes, I love this brick, yes. You can certify, you can be sure of what goes into the construction process, because you are an investor, you are a partaker, you're investing into an off-plan project. So you see when the building is constructed, not when it is already built. So that's another advantage of taking advantage of buying off-plan projects. Some people also call it carcass. That is, at times some will build it in form of carcass. They won't really complete it for you. As in, what I mean by complete for you is that the exterior and what have you will be done, but internally maybe the ceiling, the painting, some will not do that. You finish up to your own taste. That is one. Another option of buying a already built project is actually buying a finished one, a completed building. I mean, you don't. This one is not an upline. It's already built. It's already painted. It's already the ceilings, the electricity, everything is already in place. It's just moving with your bag or your luggage and then start living. It's already a completed building. So that's another option. So in this case, you don't even need to supervise anything. It's already built. So all you just maybe at that, but usually at that stage, it tends to be more expensive because of course the building costs, the and other expenses that goes into the construction process. So but in this case, you perhaps you really do not mind. After all, the money is available for you to spend. So probably a 3-bedroom duplex or 4-bedroom terrace, what have you, then maybe going for 50 or 60 million. Then you only just how much? Okay, you want to buy 2 units, you want to buy 10 units, and then you pay, and then you move in, or you resell at that also. So in this case, by the time you buy already completed building, or in this, if it's a pay and pack in, once you have paid every necessary thing you need to pay, you are given the access key, and then you become instant landlord. I mean, isn't that lovely? So that's another opportunity. And at that stage, that means now you also have a choice, either to resell, because by that time somebody is also begging you, this house you just bought, I just moved into this one and so location, I'm in need of so and so. So by the time people are begging you, I love this building here, hope it's for sale, and people are even begging you with greater offer. So by the time you resell, imagine how much if you, for example, now your purchase price, let's say it's 50 million naira, and somebody is begging you for 70 million because of the location, because of how strategic that building is and how lovely it is. Somebody begging you for, please let me pay 75 million, and when you bought it for 50 million naira. That is, imagine that return on investment within a very short time. Or perhaps you just even let it out, and now a lot of people know definitely show you all you want to, you just to collect it. You know you are not around and you're not going to live there, or you're not even living there with your family. You have another place you are living and you're comfortable with, or you are not even in Nigeria. You just want to be sure. You just want to be sure that your money is working for you. So you plant your seeds at strategic locations, and then the next thing they grow and they germinate, and then they are giving you a proper harvest. So these and many more, you can see that there are various ways of mathematical gains in real estate investment. All you need to do is to be open up to opportunity, be receptive to information, ask questions, seek for clarification, and of course do due diligence. That's why at BELKALID CONSULTS Nigeria Limited, we are committed to your success. I mean, with BELKALID CONSULTS, real estate is made easy. Irrespective of where you are in any part of the world, with BELKALID CONSULTS, real estate is made easy. We believe you can own a legitimate real estate investment with peace of mind. You can go to bed with eyes closed. You can be sure that your money is working for you, and you can enjoy a consistent, predictable return on investment. So thank you so much for staying tuned. Thanks so much for joining us live, and for liking, for sharing this video. Please feel free to drop your questions. Feel free to also call our hotline to seek for clarification, to seek for to take advantage of our current real estate advisory services. Ask questions on how you can maximize your gain. Let us know your budget. We might be able to advise you appropriately what is best you can do with this available budget, so that you can maximize the opportunity of real estate investment. I mean, it's a good opportunity of a lifetime. It's an investment that you will be proud of yourself for doing. Your loved ones will be proud of you, because I mean, it's something you can feel, you can touch, you can pinpoint. This is tangible asset. So real estate investment is made easy with BELKALID CONSULTS. Our hotline remains is +234 81 84 96 4460. Again, +234 81 84 96 4460. Anywhere you are in the world, feel free to call that hotline. Feel free to send us a DM. Feel free to drop your message, drop your questions. That's also our WhatsApp line, so you can as well reach us through that. We'll be ready and be happy to answer your questions. Please like this video, share it to your loved ones. Let's make real estate investments. Let's make it easy. Let's make it affordable. Let's help you make your money work for you. You know you trust. You've been working hard for your money. It's our time. You allow your money to work so smart for you as well. So thanks so much for staying tuned. Remain pleased and thank you. God bless you.